It's Gretch from Rock and Roll Resell. How are you? Thanks for joining me today. And I am actually making this video. It's a last minute decision to make it, so it's on the fly. What I was going to do is I mentioned before that I found yet more Barbies, and I did. I found another batch of Barbies a couple days ago. So I've got all of these, and then I've got the rest of these. So I am not going to go through all of them. However, I am going to just kind of give a quick breeze over how I sort them. There's probably, I break them down into groups, as I mentioned before, but you know, you've got your basic Barbies all the way up to your articulated Barbies that are worth more money and the fashionistas. So I will touch briefly on that. I'll start off right now with some of these Barbies. Pardon the nudity. They are pretty basic, some are not. This one happens to have, again, the twisty waist, and she has bendable legs. So she's not 100% you know, stiff-bodied, so she would be, you know, kind of, if you batch them up, you could probably get, I would probably batch her in about $5 or $7 and ask for 20, 25 bucks, something like that. Not a lot of money, but when you got a lot of them put together, it adds up pretty fast. So also too, I just saw this, that she has pierced ears, so that might increase the value too. So I kind of do cheapy, midline. There again, I break it down into like 5 or 6 different groups, and then I'll either do like a variety or I'll do all articulated, depending on what they are. So anyway, same case for this gal. Her arms are plastic, her legs do bend, and she does have earrings, but of course her hair color is auburn, so that is something different to look out for as well, along with any ethnic Barbies that are dark hair, dark skin, some that have afros, some that have curly hair, especially with Ken dolls. I think I mentioned before with Ken, if it's rooted hair, by rooted hair I mean rooted hair, she's got rooted hair. Most Barbies have rooted hair, but not Ken. Ken can sometimes just have plastic hair, so something to look out for. So again, as I go through these, here's a great example of she does not have any articulation whatsoever. She's plastic joints, plastic legs, and she does not twist. Or does she? Oh yes, she does. She does twist. Unique thing about her, again, are the earrings. So she may be one of those newer dolls. Actually, I'll bring this one up too as well that I just found. A newer doll, like a fashionista doll, that is a throwback doll, and I think they made those like early 2000s. I'm still learning, so correct me if I'm wrong. So an example of that would be this doll. This doll, she is a mod 60s doll, but she was made in 2003. Her arms do not move, her legs do not move, her waist does not move either. However, her leg is stylized in a pose, and she came with this dress. I found these boots, which I thought were kind of 60s, and then she's got eyelashes, and of course the earrings and the updo. So I will keep separate. So this is an example of one that I will keep separate. The other one that I found, this I found in a baggie, and I recognized it right away because it's Paul Frank. So I recognize the Paul Frank logo. So I don't know how, but we have a bee in here. I don't know. Anyway, it's February and there's a bee in here, or a hornet. Okay, so if I freak out, that would be why. Anyway, here is the Paul Frank doll. And she is, of course, she's got Paul Frank shirt and the print skirt and then matching shoes. Now, the only bummer about this one is you got to check condition. Barbie collectors are very finicky when it comes to the shoes. Make sure that they are complete. This one is missing a strap, so that will be disclosed. Her legs do bend. Her arms do not, and no twisty on the waist. But she also came with, what sold me on this was she came with all the accessories, including a red purse. So I've got her up on eBay separate as well. So again, like I said, I'm not going to go through all of these dolls. I'm pulling them out, of course, as examples. This one, again, came with a bunch of accessories. The bag is stapled, but she came with a dog and all the accessories. So I'll price her out. She also has earrings, and her waist does not move, but her legs do. So kind of typical scenario I'm finding with some of the specialty dolls. Here's a classic example of a Barbie that is a little bit more rare, especially with the hair, especially if it was nicer. But it's harder to find dark hair and dark eyes as well. So I keep an eye out for those. I also keep an eye out for just, you know, anything unusual about it, especially the articulation. So here's the articulated arms. And this one also has articulated arms, rubber legs, which seem to be the most common. Out of all of these, I don't think I have any that are completely articulated, including the ankles. But she is actually the most articulated one I have. Ironically, she's at the top of this pile. She's got twisty waist, and the knees and the elbows bend. So the rest of these, again, I want to keep this short, but the rest of these are, you know, just kind of a mix match. I try to stay away from the princess dolls, especially, well, Disney, that's different. It's not Mattel, it's not Barbie. But I try to stay away from too many of the basics. Like, I didn't pick them all up, for example, but if they look different, or if they look like, you know, they've got articulated joints, or they're dated. Okay, here's another one. I think this one is, I'm not quite sure. Definitely 80s. So anyway, that is just a quick snippet on yet more Barbies I found. I will take more pictures of them and put them on our Instagram site and kind of keep you posted on that as well as I go through them. I do know that actually the shorter ones, this one's missing a sock. I guess it's a sock. Or anyway, this one's a skipper doll. So if they're shorter, and I hate to say, but flatter, they're skipper dolls. So you can tell by the varying size. So she's a teenager, preteen doll. Skipper, very popular. Oh, and I found this Ken. This Ken, example of the plastic hair. This Ken, I actually found some Ken doll clothes. And I also pick up, what I will do as well, last tip, is if I see dolls and I don't necessarily, if I didn't want this doll, I would have just taken the shirt off and kept the shirt. So I collect the clothes, and then sometimes I will find just globs of clothes by other people that have been searching through stuff. And so I think right now I've got 2 Ziplocs full of clothes, and then another small Ziploc with shoes. And the shoes can go for a lot of money, especially the older ones, and Ken shoes as well. I forgot to mention one thing. So, all right, one last thing I want to mention about these dolls as well, about the Barbie dolls, is always make sure you take a look on the back. It always says the year and where it was made. So this is this looks like 1986 in China. So, and then she's got, oh, her arms move. Okay, anyway, but if you look in the back, they'll say made in China. Some will say this is China. Some will say, I stumbled on one, this one, 1999, Indonesia. So sometimes that can make a difference. I've also seen some that are also made in Hong Kong. This is also China for Ken. I'm just going to go through a couple more while I'm still, okay, this is China. This one, I think I brought up before, the 80s doll, 1986, China. But look on the back though, because sometimes if it's China or Indonesia or Hong Kong or Malaysia, some of the older ones are Malaysia, not necessarily Hong Kong, but look for the Malaysia and the Indonesia. Always look those up because those can be collectible. So keep an eye out for those. And thanks for joining me today. And again, if you like what you're seeing, or if you have any comments or anything like that, please write them below, and make sure that if you like it, you rock the like button so you can subscribe to Rock and Roll Resale, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.